What are we going to do about dinner tonight? You better be making it this time. Last time you were on a business trip, and you never were home to do any of the chores. Do you think it's a good time for you to stop trying to piss me off all the time?
Do you think you can stop talking to me like that? You've always been talking to me like that, and it's already made me more than unhappy with you.
Why should I? It's my right as the man of this house to be able to boss you around however I'd like.
Sure, but I'm telling you that I hate it, so would you stop? And also, when I'm around the house, I'll do my best to get any chores done for us. But recently, I've been very busy with work and haven't had much time to be home to take care of things. So I want you to show a little understanding with that.
Understanding? What are you talking about, Anna? Why would you want that from me when it's your fault that your work is busy?
What do you mean by that?
Your work and me have nothing to do with one another, right? You're my wife! And so, the only relation anything has with me is you doing your job here, in the house. But if you can't do that, would you rather us get divorced? You know dang well that if you were divorced by me, you'd be screwed!
You said the same thing yesterday, that you were filling out the paperwork, right? Were you being serious? Do you think it's okay to think of that even when you're not as upset with me?
I just want to let you know that I can have you thrown out of here whenever I please. And if it does happen, I want it to be quick for us. After all, a woman like you is barely of any use to me. So, if you continue to not get the housework done for me, then throwing you on the streets should be enough to teach you a lesson.
Even though I have a job of my own that pays about the same pay as you? And I'm working it just as much as you do. I've been getting most of the housework done, right? What I'm trying to say is that you don't even bother to do anything to help at the house like I do. Yet, even with you giving nothing to our relationship, you sit there whining and complaining about all the hard work I've done.
You call it complaining, but to me, it's trying to get you to do your job. After all, it's well known that all the housework needs to be done by the wife. So could you stop trying to blame me for doing what's right? But if you can't seem to get a handle on things, I'll just have to throw you away before you make me too embarrassed. Well, life would be a lot better without you around, you pain-in-the-butt wife.
Well, if you're gonna go as far as that, then maybe we are finished. I understand what you want now, so I'm quitting my job as your wife.
Oh, you're really going to quit now? Well, maybe if you stop talking back to me like this all the time, you'd have time to think about why I'm right. Do your job from now on. You have to make sure you do as your husband says. I mean, that's the only reason I married you in the first place, Anna.
Well, you make a good point. I'm at the point now where I can't even think of anything besides my understanding of you, Bryce. So, that's what we'll do then?
Go ahead! This better mean you listen to everything now, right?
No, that's not what I was talking about, but I'm saying that I'll do as you've asked so that I can make you happy. And so, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alrighty, just get home right now. If you have enough time to talk to me like this, then you must be finished with your work over there. So hurry home now. I need my dinner.
When I'm finished with my work, I'll come home. That's what everyone does, right? I'll see you later.
I'm not going to ask this again. Will you please stop screwing around?
Huh? What are you on about?
How long are you going to be overseas for work? Do you really think I'm fine with you being away from home this long? Hurry up and get home now! I can't deal with your crap any longer, woman!
Who are you calling woman like that? I want to know why the heck you're talking to me like that and what for. Do you not have any idea what you're asking for by talking to me with that attitude? What do you want?
I'm telling you to stop your trip overseas and come back! You think you can just get away with not cooking for me because you have a business trip to go on? It's almost been 2 weeks of you now dodging me! Are you fine with me divorcing you?
What? Why are you saying all that now? Are you trying to threaten me again?
I'm not just threatening you. I'm being very serious about leaving you. This is me demanding that you come home now! Are you going to ignore your husband's demand?
Wait. What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to make it clear to you that if you don't come back to me and make my dinner, I'm going to throw you onto the streets. You can't just run away for a few weeks and leave your husband at home with nothing to eat, can you? I don't ever remember saying that was okay for you to do. If it was going to be this long, I would have explained all of this to you before you left. Come back to the States, right now! You're getting the choice of either a divorce or leaving your job. Choose, now!
Do you not see how crazy a situation you've created for yourself? I have no reason to be listening to you. But you think I'll come back for you? You're a frickin' idiot, man.
What did you just say to me? You think it's okay to start calling me an idiot now, do ya? If I'm not around for you anymore, you won't be able to do a thing on your own. Who's been the one that's put this roof over our heads and food to eat?
And that's obviously been you, right?
Are you saying you're not thankful for all I've given?
Why would I be thankful for you? You seem to be at the point now that you've become so insane that you don't even know what you're saying anymore. Why would I need to be thankful to you, Bryce?
Do you think it's okay to make me this pissed off right now? I won't forgive you for this one. I am your husband, and you've just gone and pushed me to my limits.
My husband? You are very wrong about that.
Huh? You're that much of a piece of garbage that you can't even call me your husband anymore? If you take one more step further, I don't think I'll be able to hold myself back anymore. I'm going to divorce you.
Huh?
You think a wife that leaves her husband to go overseas and is never around to do her chores can just talk to me like that? If you don't get on a plane right now and come home to make me dinner, I'm divorcing you!
But we divorced last month, right?
Huh?
What the hell have you been saying this whole time? I told you last month that we had gotten divorced. We've been divorced for weeks now, so why are you coming at me saying that you're still my husband and have demands for me?
What are you saying? We're divorced? Don't talk to me about such nonsense! Since when did we ever get a divorce, Anna? I'm tired of you always getting this confused!
What am I confused about exactly? I already handed in our divorce paperwork a while back, and so I assumed we've been divorced since then. And I made sure to tell you all that last month when it happened.
You were being serious about all of that?
Why would I have ever been joking back then about that? There wouldn't have been anything in it for me if I'd done so.
Huh? That we're divorced? Huh? What's going on? When? How did you end up doing that without me ever noticing?
You said you'd filled out all the paperwork yourself, right?
So then you used that?
Of course I did. You had flaunted the fact that you'd filled out all your parts and everything, and so I took it and handed it in last month. So why are you talking to me about this now? We haven't been together now for a month, so why are you coming back to me now?
I never knew that you and I had gotten divorced. I just thought that you had left the house to go on a business trip.
Well, I'm not on a business trip right now.
Huh? What do you mean you're not on a business trip?
Well, I assumed that since you and I are nothing now, and that you're just a stranger to me, I had no reason to tell you where I was going. I'm not on some business trip. Rather, I went and changed my career and I'm now working for a company outside the US. So I'm not going to be coming back there to be home anytime soon.
Huh? You're living overseas now then? Since when did you think you could just do all of that without letting me know at least? Why didn't you at least say that before you left? You know that I would have never let you go without my permission!
I'll tell you one last time. We are divorced now, you and I. So why would it make it necessary to have to come check in with you before making my own choices? We have never been that close to each other, especially now.
You say that like we were never even married! You were my wife, right?
But when I handed in that divorce paperwork, we went right back to being strangers. You were the one that kept asking for it, so I went and played along. Why would you think that I'd never hand the papers in?
You're asking me why? Because I never assumed you'd hand them in!
Come on. Did you really let yourself believe that without you I'd never be able to make it on my own? Well, if you still believe that, take a good look at me now. Whose house do you think you're living in right now?
Huh? What do you mean?
Wait, have you already left the place then? You knew that the house we were in was the house I took a loan out on to afford, so it was under my name.
What does that even mean? Huh? Is that right?
So you never even realized that either. Funny, since you had always made it seem like you put that roof over our heads. I at least hope you could have done some chores or something without me. The person that's been able to live with the help of others has been you, not me. So I'm wondering, why are you in someone else's house?
What do you mean by someone else's house? This is our house, right?
You're still wrong. You've been living in someone else's house ever since you and I got divorced. I didn't really care since I had moved away, but I plan to have that place sold very soon.
Huh? You're selling it?
I told you that after the divorce, right? That you needed to leave?
I just thought that everything you said to me back then was you trying to continue our fight or something!
Well, at this point, I don't have any plans to fight anymore. I had already told my realtor that the house would be going up for sale, and that's why I just thought I'd mention it to you. Anyway, before I called the police on you for trespassing, get out of that house. You had planned to have me tossed on the streets after a divorce, but how does it feel now to be told to leave my house?
I can't believe this! Are you really okay with what's all happening right now? I can't believe you've been planning on throwing me out!
Even if you can't believe it, they're all just the facts, so hurry yourself up and get a move on. I plan to come back for a little bit to help with the selling of the house, and I don't want you around while I'm there. And actually, why are you still there?
Huh? You're selling it? Why, Anna? This place was also my house! Even if you tell me to leave this place now, I can't just do it in a day!
Come on now. You've been the one planning this for a while now, right? Whenever I did something you didn't like, you used divorce as a way of threatening me. And even after telling you over and over again to stop, you keep coming at me with that horrible attitude of yours. You never even learned to change the way you acted out towards me, and so this is the price you get to pay. I'm so happy you decided to fill out a lot of that divorce paperwork because it made my decision a whole lot easier.
You're kidding, right? Does this mean you've always wanted to divorce me? Why, though? You'll never be able to find as good of a husband as me!
What? A good husband? What part of you is good?
What the?
If you're referring to all the plates you'd leave behind after eating and the rare occasions that you come around and make a meal for us, I think you're very wrong for making that seem like you were a good husband.
Huh? I was?
On top of that, your hateful attitude towards me that you'd have every day and the fact that you always tried to look down on me really showed me how terrible of a husband you were. Do you understand what I mean? It was impossible for me to be around you, especially when you got all worked up. But we're divorced now, so I don't really care if you understand me or not. So, why have you still not left the house after getting divorced?
You're asking me why?
So you really did not think we were divorced.
Anna, this isn't good. Can you please stop trying to mess with me? I didn't know anything about you selfishly handing in those documents without me, and asking me to leave all of a sudden is not going to sit well with me.
Huh? Do you not see who's messing around right now still?
Huh?
This is all what you deserve after treating your kind wife so horrible after she told you to lay off of her so many times. If you'd wanted to have someone around the house to do the chores all the time, you should have hired a maid or something like that. Well, if you're not even able to pay for the house you're sitting in right now, you probably never had the money to hire your own maid.
I don't want to leave! We're family, and we should be living together! Moving overseas without ever telling me! That's not the right thing to do right now! Can you please come back? If I don't have you with me, I'll be the one getting screwed!
You've changed so much from the man you were before that I can't help myself from laughing. Well, I'm so sorry, but I'm doing great without you. Actually, this is the best I've ever felt in such a long time, so I want you to stay away. Now hurry up and leave my house. You should be able to clean up by yourself by now. You're 36 years old, for God's sake.
My age has nothing to do with that! Please don't throw me away already! If I don't have you anymore, I'm going to have nowhere to live! I won't be able to survive! Don't throw me away!
Who was the one that made a fuss about me not being able to cook for you every day and that you'd throw me away for it?
Did I really say that?
If you can't seem to remember that, then go back 1 month in the text history and you'll be able to read everything. I'm getting tired of having to sit here and baby you right now. Well, I have a new life to make for myself over here now. Go on and enjoy your new life as a moneyless and worthless man already. In the end, Anna moved on and ignored anything else Bryce said to her. And after, it seems that Bryce was finally kicked out of her house. He had lost his house now and had no family to move in with. But since this is the life he asked for, there's no chance of anyone being around to help him back up. His mental health began to take a decline, and soon he couldn't make it into work as much, and so he soon lost his job as well. On the other hand, Anna's doing great with her new career, and she was finally able to make her dream come true of working and living in another country. And deep down, she's very happy for divorcing Bryce and making good use of herself. I guess the way he treated her really did seem to help her out after all.
Announcing today's lunch score. The score is 28. Not a passing grade, that's for sure.
Frank? I thought I told you to stop with the scoring stuff. I mean, giving a score on your lunch every single day?
Huh? Why not? What's wrong with little scorekeeping? Keeps you on your toes.
I'm just asking you to stop doing this scorekeeping game of yours. You do this every day. It's as if you're making fun of my cooking. Honestly, it's degrading. What is it you're dissatisfied with?
Let's see. You just didn't put enough effort into it today. For example, that fried egg. Tasted like crap. How hard is it to fry an egg? And the fried hamburger and veggies? Oh my god! Tasted like rubber! Can't you even fry stuff in the frying pan, for God's sakes? And the broccoli. Only half boiled. Couldn't even bite into it. All you were really good for is heating up a frozen dinner in the microwave. That's why I gave you a score 28 today.
I made my lunch today too, the same as yours. Actually wasn't too bad. I even shared some with my friends. No one said it tasted bad.
They probably just didn't want to hurt your feelings. The first thing you need to do is admit that you have no sense of taste. All I could manage was 3 bites. It was so bad I chucked it up in the garbage at work. I ended up eating at the KFC down the street. What a waste of money.
Huh? You mean you threw it out? How could you? You're pathetic.
It's for your own good. Try harder to be a better cook. You don't want me to dump you. Learn how to cook. Until you achieve that goal, I'll keep pestering you. Man, you should actually be thankful that you have such a considerate husband.
I can't understand you. When we first got married, you loved my cooking. And then about 6 months ago, you started chastising my cooking. What the hell is going on?
When we first married, I just didn't have the heart to tell you the truth. Your cooking sucked ever since I met you. I felt sorry for you, but I realized you would never improve. That's why I took it upon myself to educate you.
Is my cooking really that bad? You do know I went to cooking school for a while. I went because my folks were running a restaurant and I wanted to help out. This was before we got married, of course. And I think I have pretty good taste. I remember cooking for my friends on numerous occasions. They all said my cooking was great. So I just can't understand why you would say such a thing.
I'm sick of your constant excuses. I don't give a crap whether you went to some cooking school or that your friends think your cooking is awesome. Your cooking is just simply dreadful.
So what am I supposed to do? You just criticize and never give much constructive advice. If there's something you want to eat or a specific ingredient you want me to use, let me know and I'll do better.
That's your job. You should be able to perceive what your husband wants on any given day and make your decision on what to cook. That's what a good wife does. I mean, use your head a little. Do a little research or something.
How am I supposed to know that? Anything I prepare, you criticize and say it tastes like crap. You throw out everything I make. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On top of that, you have this degrading meal score game you play. Where did that even come from? To be honest, I'm super stressed out about all this. If you don't like it, don't eat it. Just, please, don't dump it in the trash right in front of me. I will eat it for you.
I allow that and you'll never improve. By throwing it out, it allows you to be more aware of yourself, which in turn drives motivation. Get it? You know, when humans are pushed to the brink, they transform.
So does that mean you'll throw out everything I make until my cooking improves? Like you said last night during dinner? You said you'd rather eat garbage than anything I cook?
Yep, that's right. Just make stuff that's better than garbage.
Okay. You know what? I'm going back to my folks' place. If you think my cooking is so horrendous, well, I'll go back to my parents' restaurant and relearn what I was taught. I plan to stay until you appreciate my cooking. Until then, I'm not coming home.
Huh? Hold on a sec. That's a little too drastic, isn't it? You can't just shirk your responsibilities and...
Huh? What are you saying? You just said it's a wife's responsibility to be a good cook. I can't go on any longer serving such god-awful food to my dear husband, so... I intend to go back to my parents' place and have them teach me from square one how to be the best cook in the world. At least my folks won't throw out perfectly good food. Food won't go to waste.
No. Your folks are not up to it. What parent will criticize their daughter's cooking?
You sure don't know my folks. They are the most disciplined people I know, especially when it comes to cooking. My father is an accomplished chef and a restaurant owner. I first held a kitchen knife when I was 5 years old, and ever since I was taught everything there is to know about fine cuisine. If they find out my skill as a chef has declined, well, my father would be adamant about correcting that.
Yeah, well, that may be so, but after all, they are your parents. They'll definitely give you some slack.
Well, if you're so skeptical, how about this? We can have your folks visit us once a week and have them taste my cooking, and they can decide whether my cooking has improved. If it's your own folks, you wouldn't doubt them, would you? After all, they brought you up, and they know your tastes, right?
Huh. I don't know. That's going a little too far. It's not really something we have to get your parents involved in. I'll do the scoring about whether your cooking is good or not.
I don't want some meaningless score each time I cook something. I want to know exactly what the problem is. I want our folks involved because I don't want to rely on just your pointless score, but I want to find out what specifically is the problem and how I can fix it. And another thing. Since you've been tossing out my homemade lunch and buying some from a restaurant or fast food joint, our monthly budget has doubled in the last 6 months. You say my cooking is crap and toss it in the garbage. Our monthly living expenses are severely affected as a result. How can we not get our folks involved? We may need their help eventually.
How am I going to survive while you're gone?
Huh? How am I supposed to know? Do what you like.
Huh? You don't plan to make meals for me?
Just eat out or buy fast food. It's what you've been doing anyways. I mean, it's no use if I cook your meals. You're just gonna throw it out.
No. I'll eat all of it. No problem. Even if I can't stand the taste, I'll do my best to finish it.
Oh no, I can't allow that. I can't have my dear husband eating garbage. You said you'd rather eat garbage, right? I'll stay at my folks' place to relearn all my cooking skills, so that someday I'll be able to cook you something super delicious. So, please be patient, my dear. So, until both our parents acknowledge that I'm an adequate cook for you, I will not be returning home.
Hold on. Besides cooking, what about household chores? The laundry, for example. Are you gonna leave all of that to me too?
Yeah, well, I suppose I have to, at least until I'm accepted. But I suppose it's necessary if we're to overcome this bad food dilemma we're in, right? Besides, you're a grown man. What's a little cleaning and washing?
Dump all your household responsibilities on me? I will not allow such a thing! Your real motive is to sneak back home to escape your responsibilities as a housewife. If you keep this nonsense up, I may even divorce you.
If that's what you want, I'm good with it.
Huh?
If it ends in divorce, I don't mind.
Are you serious? You do know the meaning of divorce, right? It means we will no longer be married.
I'm perfectly aware of what divorce means. And I'm saying that if it comes to divorce, I'm okay with it. So far, you're the only person that considers my cooking not fit for human consumption. I mean, it's stressful for both of us, eating horrendous meals and throwing them out in the garbage every single day. Maybe ending this relationship is the best option. That way, I'll be able to marry someone who would really appreciate my cooking.
You're being way too melodramatic. Why talk about divorce? We're just talking about food here. Come on! Our folks would never go for it either.
You realize it's 6 months. It's been 6 months that you've been bad-mouthing my cooking and then dumping it in the trash. My parents taught me how to cook properly. And then to be nagged on by you on a daily basis? Always ragging on about a wife's responsibilities or do the household chores or whatnot. It's as if I'm a servant girl or something. I'm at my wit's end here.
Hey, Melanie? Are you pissed off at me?
Did you really think that I would not get angry? Did you think I was some weak little servant girl that would obey your every wish? I am sick and tired of your bullshit!
Melanie?
Are you serious? My cooking is garbage? You're a real piece of work. You don't even know the difference between a lamb chop and a pork chop. You think everything can be prepared in 5 minutes. You can't even make a freaking peanut butter sandwich, for God's sake. Give me a damn break.
Melanie? Please calm down.
Calm down? Ugh, get out of here. Hey, divorce? Let's do it. Divorce. Go and find some idiot wife who'll make you your precious meals. I'm headed home, so don't forget to bring the divorce papers.
Please, Melanie. Calm down, would you? I'm sorry. It was all my fault. So please. Your cooking is delicious. It always was. It was all a lie about your cooking tasting like crap. All BS.
Huh? All BS? What's this crap about all this being BS? Huh? Speak up!
Huh. Well, it was my boss at work. His wife. Well, she's a really bad cook, and so he was giving her a score for each meal she made. I saw that and I thought it was kinda cool.
Huh? You thought it was cool? And that's why you were trash-talking my cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. What are you, 5 years old? And so, this guy was throwing his lunchbox in the trash like you?
No, he usually finished it all. Said it would be a waste to throw it out. The reason I tossed it out was that, how can I put this? I sort of started enjoying myself, and things just escalated.
Just for that? You wasted 6 months of food? So I built up all that stress because you felt so cool doing it? Is that it? Oh my god. This is totally pathetic. I'm really starting to think I married a kindergarten brat. I have to seriously think of that divorce.
Please. I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me. I'll never say your cooking tastes like crap, so please. I'll never throw out your lunch again. And the scoring stuff? I won't do it again. I really think your cooking is the best in the world. Please no divorce. Please?
Okay. I'll put that on hold for now.
Really?
But I'm going back home for a while.
Huh? But why?
Do you really think I'm going to forgive you just like that? This will be a good chance for you to experience just how hard it is to cook and clean every day. So, I plan to stay with my folks for about a month or so. I hope you use the time wisely. Think really hard about what you did. And don't go relying on KFC for your meals either. Make sure you keep a record of all the expenses. I'll check when I return. If the expenses don't add up, I will extend my stay another 1 month. I plan to work at my parents' restaurant while I'm there.
No way! I can't do this by myself!
Relax. Don't worry. I'll leave my recipe book out for you. All the ingredients are listed, so just go out and buy them, and cook a great meal for yourself. Have fun!
Are you kidding me? I can't do this. I've never even cooked before. And I can't even go out to a restaurant or order out. And if I can't cook, what the hell am I supposed to eat?
How should I know? Maybe you should just eat some garbage. Well, after that, I returned to my parents' place. Frank tried to do all the cooking and cleaning, but he ended up eating pretty awful stuff every day, and the house quickly became a total pigsty. In the end, he only lasted about a week and sought help from his folks. But I had already talked to his folks about the whole situation, and he got reprimanded pretty harshly for throwing up perfectly good food and for treating me so badly. His mother was especially keen on giving him strict lessons in cooking and house chores. After a month, I returned home and found him kneeling before me, apologizing profusely for treating me so harshly. He realized how difficult it is to cook and maintain a household, and that he would never do such a thing again. Both my folks and his gave him a severe tongue lashing, so I decided to finally forgive him. So now he helps me a bit with the cooking, and even the household chores. We even take turns making dinner. And with that, I decided to put my skills to work and work at a local restaurant. Now that we're both working full-time, things have gotten a little easier financially. 6 months ago, I really didn't know what was going to happen between us. But after that incident, I think our relationship has actually improved. So, all in all, everything turned out nicely.